Hey guys, my name is Justin and welcome to Healthboro, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. And if you do too, make sure to subscribe. So for today's video, I don't know if you could tell, I'm sure you can, but I feel like hot garbage, so I want to do a bag review of my garbage can by Moschino with whatever. For the uninitiated, when I do reviews of bags, and other stuff I guess, I typically look at 5 categories, and that's design, durability, comfort, investment value, and impact, like visual impact. So I guess without further ado, let's take a look at this guy. Alright, so the first category is design. For me, it wasn't like super on my radar. It wasn't something that I was very aware of from like the runway, and it was actually a really interesting, fun runway. And of course, like, Moschino's always like super camp, so to see like the whole like luxury treatment on something that's the shape of a garbage can is hilarious. The body of this bag is made out of leather, and then there's this metal chain with a patent like interwoven leather strip, whatever. And then there's of course like these like shiny metal details, but then the interesting thing to me is that this garbage can lid is plastic. So I know that Moschino doesn't shy away from using plastic in their designs. I don't know, I just find it really interesting that like the rest of it is leather and then this piece is plastic, which is kind of funny because the top is actually kind of heavier than the rest of the bag. So if you don't have anything in the bag, it kind of is like you can see like it automatically wants to like tilt a little bit. But of course when you have stuff in the bag, which is how you carry bags, right? It's not really an issue. There's something to me about the use of like these like luxury materials and like these kind of like recognizably like luxury fashion kind of details, like interwoven chains with leather. The fact that it has like a Moschino, albeit it's plastic, but it has it like pressed into the lid of the trash can. I think there's just something so hilarious to me about it. And then looking inside of it, of course the inside of here is still plastic, but then on the leather, it still has leather up top as the lining, and then it goes into like a, I'm assuming it's some sort of polyester. It doesn't feel like super crazy, the lining, but it is lined, which I think is nice. And then the way that the hinge is secured, so it's made into the plastic, like it's screwed in. But then what I think is funny is that the hinge is like sewn into the leather. I think that's super interesting. And then I also wanted to touch on like how it's not that it's impractical, the inside. Okay, it kind of is, because it's a round compartment and it's deep enough, but then it's not like the biggest. There's no sort of like patch pocket or zip pocket or anything like that, and there's no divider, not like you'd need one, but like, I don't know, it's kind of like a free-for-all. You just kind of like dump all your stuff in and you see how it ends up coming out. I mean, that is fun because like when you have your like grubby little hands in there, it's like you're like digging around in the trash.
You are just like a rat. Yeah,
that's fun. Maybe like to stay on theme, you should put some like crumpled napkins or like ketchup packets in there.
Jumping around the corner looking for a food. Very jealous.
Oh no, you can put like a couple of loose Splenda, and then, you know, if it breaks, then it just means it's like a little bit of dirt, so it's fun, right? I don't know, I'm just talking now, I'm sick. Yeah. When it comes down to it, it's hilarious as like a little trash can. There's nothing like too special about it because it doesn't like, it's not groundbreaking, it's what Moschino does the best, and that's like these campy little tchotchke kind of looking things. So I guess for me the score for this would have to be 7. So the next category is durability. Okay, I recognize that this bag is a trash can, so like if it gets a little beat up, I'm sure that's fine, but like 2 things I want to know. The first thing that's top of mind is that actually, so the lid, this plastic lid, this piece, when it came in, it fell off immediately, so I had to like glue it in myself. But there's a good reason, I'll talk about that in a little bit, like why I just like kept it. But yeah, I had to like actually like glue it back, and it's fine because you can't tell. Like, I'm sure if I didn't mention it, you wouldn't have even noticed. On top of that, the plastic, it has a silver or like a gray coating that's already like wearing down because of the chain. And then there already are some indentations in the leather because this is like an embossed or debossed leather. So any sort of like nicks or impressions are going to like stay on it. I just bought this bag for fun because I thought it was like kooky. And I know like the chain's gonna wear down because I just know like that's kind of like the quality that you get with Moschino, which is not like a bad thing. Like it's meant to be like worn, you're supposed to have fun with it, and then you're supposed to, I don't know, let it sit on a shelf and be something silly. Or give it to someone else and let them enjoy it for the next part of its life. And when it comes down to the score for durability, I do have to just give it a 5. Alright, so comfort is the next category, and I have to say, like, this bag is a pretty standard bag. It's not too big, so it's not too heavy, although the pieces of it can be kind of heavy for the size of it, as well as the chain. The chain is pretty heavy. That being said, because there isn't much weight to it, being able to just carry it by the chain is fine, and this chain is actually super comfy. But when it comes to comfort, if you know me, you know I love to have like different ways to carry it, and I guess technically you could just like carry the can by the can, but then you have like the chain dangling. When I talk about comfort, yes, it's about like how comfortable your body is when you wear it, but it's also like not safety comfort, but like secure comfort do you feel about it. And with this bag, let me tell you, I know I just mentioned that like if you have stuff in the bag, then there's less of a chance of it feeling like it's gonna topple out, but let me tell you, I have already in like the few times that I've used this, it's already done that like a couple times where like I bent over and it just kind of like toppled over because this lid is so heavy. I don't know why they didn't just like add a weight to the bottom of the trash can thing. They could have just added something here. They didn't, so you know, that's just something like you have to deal with. And because it's such an easy like flap to like open up, like honestly it's like super easy to get into, which can be nice, but also like a little worrisome if you're in like a high traffic area and you're worried about pickpockets. I would say maybe not the best choice in bag. So as far as comfort goes, honestly, I think I'm just gonna be giving this one a 6. Alright, this is the category that I've been waiting to talk about the whole time. So I know I normally don't care about investment value, but I have a story for you. First off, I want to talk about how I bought this bag. I'm like 60 to 70% sure that when it like came out, it retailed for like between like $500 and $700. Somewhere around there, I'm sure. And you must be thinking like, Justin, why are you talking about the retail price like you didn't buy it? I was like, well, that's because I didn't buy it retail. I got this bag off of eBay from one of those outlets that has like a bunch of overstocked bags. And I got this baby for like 70 bucks. I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, how do you know it's not fake? How do you know that, like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what counterfeiter is gonna put this much effort into like a little trash can bag that didn't even go like viral? To be honest, if you look at like my McDonald's bag, that one there's some like copies of, but it's not even like copies in like the way that you think of the word copy. It's more like they kind of like replicated the bag, but in a way that I think kept them like from liability. Also because like, I'm sure unless they had access to the actual factory where they made like the plastic handles for the M, you know, it's gonna be impossible. Same thing for here. This is such a specific shape. I don't know, it's just something that I'm not worried about because it's like also like not like a super high value bag anyways. It's just like not the kind of commercial bag that they would, like these counterfeiters would like gravitate towards and try to sell off. So I'm pretty sure they just overproduced this bag and some outlet bought them all up and shipped them out for 70 bucks at a pop. If we're being honest, it's kind of like whatever. I just bought this one for fun. Then like the investment value of course is going to be like super low, not important. For the score, I'm gonna give this a, I think I'll give it a 3. No, I'll give it a 4. I'll be nice. Alright, and last but not least, let's talk about impact. I feel like it's like a martini shaker. Oh my gosh, someone should make a martini shaker in the shape of a trash can. Okay, impact. It's a little trash can. What more do you want? If you're gonna walk around with like a stupid little bag like this in the shape of a trash can, of course you're gonna get comments. People are gonna be like, oh my god, I love your little trash can. They're not gonna care that it's Moschino. They're not gonna care about the material or anything like that. They're gonna see a little trash can attached to a chain, attached to your body, and they're going to freak out. And honestly, anytime I wear this, people freak out. People ask them to touch it, hold it, they love it, they want to see inside of it, and I'm like, well, that last one's a little weird since that's where my money is. And this is going to be a blanket statement for any of those like Moschino bags, specifically the ones that you can find at outlets like on eBay, Vestiaire, whatever. If you can find like a cheapy little like Moschino bag in a weird shape because you have like a fun campy party to go to, get one of these bags. You can find some for a really good price online. When you're talking about like the cost to impact ratio, the cost is so low for such a high impact that if you just want something a little flashy, this bag or any bag similar to this is going to be like your best friend. Something from Moschino, especially in like a really recognizable shape like a trash can or a cup or something like that. That being said, it's not always the kind of impact that I want. I want it to be because either, okay, I am one of those people sometimes where I want like the brand to be recognizable, not necessarily just like, oh, it's like something fancy Louis Vuitton, but more so like there's a recognizable like moment in like fashion history, like with the Balenciaga IKEA bag. And that's kind of more what I look for, but still, the impact value is super high, so I will be giving this an 8. Alright, so the final score is a 30, which is about a 60, so that's kind of like a D. If you're getting like a fun little dumb bag like this, it doesn't need to be like your life investment. It doesn't need to be so serious a decision. It just needs to be something that A, you will reuse, and if you reuse it enough, you'll be like recognized for this kind of thing, which is fun. And B, you need to like it. I love this. I think it's so cute. I don't take it very seriously, and I don't wear it often because it's not super practical, but still, I'm going to love it forever. Or at least as long as I can, like, make sure it's not broken. Like, for being honest, like, I know we're going back to durability, but like, you can hear that, right? Yeah, I'm happy with that score. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have any bag that's like this, either Moschino or otherwise, where it's just kind of like a dumb shape, but it gets a lot of attention? I love that kind of stuff, because then I can instantly like gravitate towards it and be like, I love your bag, it's crazy, that's great. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and that you too care about the design behind design and luxury. Until next time.